Okay, now we're going to learn how to make our own Schoolnet assessments. So once you're on your home screen, just click Assessments, and I'm going to click Create a Test. Express test you can play around with. That is questions they already have for standards. I'm going to show you how to create a test that maybe you have done. Okay, so you're just going to enter the test name, your subject, your grade level. I usually go below what my grade level is, even if this is 12th graders, because I want it to use the standards from 9 to 12. Even though it's a 12th grade class, some of my standards may reach down a couple of grades. Always do the number of items as 1. Okay, so you can do your classroom, which is only you. You can do a school benchmark, which is only people in our building can see it, or a district benchmark, where everyone across the district can use it. If you choose district benchmark, make sure it says Rich Township. Okay, if it doesn't, just delete it, start typing Rich, and you'll see your different options. So if you're using district, it's Rich Township. If we don't want an answer key only, you can play around with that. I'm not going to do that today. This will not, it will show your students the scores, but not the actual questions if you click yes. I always keep it as yes to hide it. I use these every year, so I don't want them to be able to go in and share their scores with my next year's students or even my next class. If you click no, they will be able to see the questions when they get their scores. Leave it as total score. Come in here, find your preferred standard document. Okay, you can mess with some of this other stuff. I'm not going to go through that. Nothing is super important in there. And I clicked Generate Test. Now, these are all different item choices you can play with. I'm only going to show you 2 of them. I'm going to make a multiple choice question. So I'm here, I clicked multiple choice, and I'm going to write evaluate f of 2 when f of x equals 2x plus 4. Okay, so maybe I give the answer of 4, 6, 8, and 0. So now I have to tell the computer which answer choice is correct. It's 8. You'll see when I click it, it turns green, and it also automatically assigns 1 point. I can change that if I wanted to make it 2 points or however many points I wanted. The only other thing you have to do in here is select a standard. So you can see it's telling me I'm using 9th through 12th grade in the Math Common Core. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to evaluate a function is what I'm going to type in. So those keywords, if you type something in and you don't find it, you might want to be a little less specific or even change the range of your standards. But this is the standard I want. So I click on it. You can see on the right it shows me yes, I've selected it. I'm going to save and close. Now, I'm done with this, but I want to add another question. So I come over here to the left. I add an item. Maybe this time I want it to be matching. Okay, so it's telling me it's not available in TestNav. Drag and drop will be used instead. That's fine. So I'm going to say match the words with their definitions. Okay, so maybe I say parallel is one of the words. Maybe I say perpendicular is another. Maybe I only have 2 I want. So I'm going to delete these other ones. And my answer choices, I could say 2 lines that never touch, 2 lines that cross at a right angle. Maybe I say 2 lines that cross or 2 of the same line. Now, why would I do that? I'll show you why. So down here, here's what the students are going to see, and I have to say what matches parallel. Well, it's 2 lines that never touch. We'll just make that 1 point. Up here, I click on the second one. It pulls up perpendicular. It's 2 lines that cross at a right angle. Or I should have said intersect, but we'll go with it. When I'm done, I'm going to select standards. And I'm just going to type parallel. Okay. So I'm going to go through, let's just say the standard matches it. And hit click save and close. Okay, when I'm done, I'm going to hit save. Maybe I want to preview what my test looks like. So up here I click preview online test, preview and test nav. It's going to give me a warning. Just click preview and test nav. So now you're seeing what your students will actually see. This takes a couple of minutes. The more questions you have, the longer it takes. So this is exactly what your students see. Start test now. Okay, so I'm going to click the answer. I click the arrow to go to the next one. So now they can come in here. Remember, it said matching isn't available. It's drag and drop. So I'm just going to drag my answer. And now there's 4 of them. They can only put 1 in each box. So let's say I think this is this one. I am done. The kids would actually be able to submit it. To get out of here, just exit. Okay, so when I'm done and I want to schedule it, I click return to test details. You can go back and preview your questions. Here's the important piece. You want to make it public. You want to say, yes, I'm ready to schedule. And it's going to say you can't make any changes after this. Hit OK. You're going to schedule it. So your start date, your end date, your score due date. I always put it the same as the end date. Okay. I don't mess with these. You can read them if you want to. So here I am. I always show my students their scores when they're done, but you can uncheck that. Here are the important ones. Maybe you don't want them taking it after the test date. You would click this to prevent them from accessing before or after the start and end time. The enforced test time is important. It will automatically be Monday through Friday. I do mine 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I'm going to switch that. So they can't access it outside of those times. I want to maybe scramble my questions and answer choices. Allowing students to pause a test means they can pause it, leave, and come back and finish it another time. But again, they would need that passcode. Limit student access to approved internet access. Internet addresses. This is important. If you click this, the only way the students will be able to do this is if they're on the Rich East or the Rich 227 Wi-Fi. If they try to access it outside of school, it will not work. So if you're using this for a homework, I would leave this unchecked. If it's for an in-class assessment that you don't want them to do at home, click this box. Then you have to click Edit Assignment. Then this is kind of silly. It takes you through several steps, but just bear with me. My course, I wanted to go to my Trig and Advanced Math, so I typed the first couple of letters. It's down here. You're going to pick the one with the even for first semester, odd for second, even number, odd number. Hit Go. You have to click on it and add selected. Now, if I wanted to assign this to more courses, I could search again and add them to over here, the selected courses. When I'm done, click Done, View Summary. It's saying I assigned it to one course in one school. If you wanted to assign it to the district, we could talk about that at another time. It's just going to bring you back to this page to review it. Now I click Save and Publish. You can see it's telling me it's publishing it. But if I go back to my home screen, I could now see this under my upcoming exams. So if I come here, upcoming test, there's my sample quiz. Hope this helped. Take a few minutes and create your own assessment to use in class. We will be walking around to help and answer any questions you have.